Hello everyone. So this time I would like to explain a little bit about forensic linguistics that I've been analyzes with my paper. And this time I would like to say that my cases is about defamation cases on media platforms. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Angelina Purba. That with the number that I teach on the paper. I mean, like on the PowerPoint. All right, let's just, as soon as possible, we jump to the first stage. What it is forensic linguistic? So, as we know, forensic linguistic is a disciplines of linguistic. So, it's a branch of linguistic theory. So, the study of the law issues through the use of the language. So forensic linguistics is commonly referred to the criminal justice system as the linguist or linguist who acts as an expert witness in a legal case. So the next, I'll be explaining about the forensic linguistic study in defamation action in social media. So the case of defamation is one of the intriguing cases to be examined using a forensic linguistic approach. So under this context, social media is the type of media that I use to analyze, which is a person or group expressing their hate, their hatred and defamation on the social media. So it involves not only an effect on the reputation of the victim, whether it's a person or an individual or a community, but it also requires that this effect result from the illusionary act of accusing. So basically, the role of social media in the pattern of human life has begun to engage and has become a primary need in the wheel of social media life. So the benefits of social media, we know that in the new culture in the 21st century. So, however, in addition to the ability to foster a new positive culture, the rapid use of social media today is directly proportional to the negative impact it generates. So, I will next to the next. This time, I would like to explain about the role of forensic linguistic in the study of forensic. So, what is basically about the role of linguistic in this case? So, the application of forensic linguistic include voice identification, interpretation of expressed meaning in laws and legal writings, analyzing discourse in legal settings, also interpretation of intended meaning in oral and written statements. So in this particular instance, the linguist's role becomes critical in identifying a speech that may violate the ITA law. So we have to be careful enough to take ourselves about giving utterances on the social media because it can cause a law for yourself. So forensic linguistics can collaborate with lawyers, police officers, also judges. So that is basically about the role of forensic linguistics in general. So, but we come to the hate speech on social media. People always giving hate speech through other people that even they don't know themselves enough that they don't know each other quite a long time, but they always giving hate speech on social media. So hate speech can be defined as speech in or writing made by a person in public for the purpose of spreading in the hatred of a group against other groups who are different because of maybe it could be their race, their religion, their belief, gender, ethnicity, and so on. So hate speech is a prohibited word, behavior, writing, or performance under the law because it can incite acts of violence and prejudice on the part of perpetrator. So the statement or the victim of the action, it could be get violence by the hate speech. So hate speech is the same as slander, as you know, libel, and also defamation as the big point of this analyzing. So the next I'll be explain about the defamation on social media. So as you know, from KBBI, I've been read it defines insulting or defamation as an act that humiliates, demeans, or offends another person. So based on the defamation on social media, I found a case, an insult. I select one piece of data from online news from a number of defamation cases. So this one is Ade Armando critiques Student Executive Board or BEM-UI, which is the case is the University of Indonesia Student Executive Board, which is the BEM-UI, criticism of President Joko Widodo, leadership via the meme Jokowi, the king of lip service, and this giving a variety of responses through the social media from around the Indonesia. So the piece of information is a remark made by Ade Armando, a lecturer in communication studies at the University of Indonesia. So this utterances by Ade Armando in Twitter is to give towards to BEM students at the University of Indonesia who criticizes Joko Widodo. So the next, I'll be explain about the Ade Armando criticism on Twitter towards BEM-UI students. He said that this is the work of BEM-UI. I respect freedom of expression. But however, if you are an institution that represents UI students, don't look too stupid. You used to go to UI, which pay a bribe, and this would you pay a bribe? This would be a really harsh comment and could be a hate speech, and it could be offend many parties on social media. The language used by Ade Armando could lead to a violation of the ITA law. So I will give some analysis using semantic analysis. So as you can see, Ade Armando in the word would you pay the bribe gives the meaning that first access to the University of Indonesia is as simple as paying a bribe in the form of money. As simple as that. Denotes the presence of students who have paid bribes. It means that there's also a students in University of Indonesia that have paid a bribe, right? And the third is slandering, also damaging the University of Indonesian reputation. And the fourth is offending University of Indonesia alumni. So in linguistic approach that is used to analyze language and existing utterances, I use the theory of semantic analysis. This means I find out what is the meaning that we could find in the utterances of Ade Armando. So the alumni of the University of Indonesia conclude that Ade Armando's tweet implied that bribes could be paid to enter and become a University of Indonesia students. And they requested that the UI Alumni Association or Iluni UI take firm action and impose organizational on Ade Armando. So as a result of the tweet. So could be offending many people, right? So these statements also insult and defames the University of Indonesia as a respectable education institution in this country, which always upholds the values of the university. So I think that's all. So the conclusion is, all in all, looking for the meaning in the words quoted from Ade Armando's Twitter account, that his words can harm a groups or institutions' good image, Forensic linguistics examines how Adi Armando's words may violate the law. To analyze the meaning of the utterances given by Adi Armando, linguistic theory can be used in it. So that's all, I guess, about all of my explanation about forensic linguistics. See you on the next linguistic theory again. Goodbye.